In this video, we will cover navigating within CloudCherry's ticketing loop closure module. Once your notifications are set up and tickets get created, you can come into Tickets, which is available off of the left menu, and you'll be presented with either a card-based view or a tabular view of tickets. You have the option to switch between these anytime that you please. What we're seeing at this point is a tabular view of tickets. You could also switch to see a card-based view, which is similar to an email inbox, which presents the cards on the left and the ticket down the middle. Let's now go through how you can navigate through this to look at different tickets and start to take different actions. So we'll first look at the table view. So in the table view, various fields from your tickets are presented in a tabular form across different columns. This includes the questionnaire, date and time, various actions and status that you have set up, which are completely configurable, and then the user and department to whom the ticket has been assigned. So these are a set of default fields. Fields beyond these depend on the fields that are currently pinned in your questionnaire and can be configured as well. Here, we have chosen to pin a few fields so that they appear right in the summary table view. These include loyalty tier, CES, and the user comments. These can be configured depending on the fields that you want to see at a glance while looking at the overall table. You'll also note that several quick actions are available right here to make it easy for you to right away take action without having to go into the details of the ticket. So for instance, if I was coming in and I needed to make quick changes to set, for instance, actions, which would be to switch this over to a call. And I can make those changes literally with a couple of clicks without having to do anything else. So all of these changes are accessible without having to go into the detailed view. I can also choose to reverse the sort if I want to change the sort order by time. And this would flip the sort order. If I wanted to go into the details of the ticket, I just need to click anywhere on the row, and this opens up the ticket details. In the ticket details, various key anchor metrics show up right up on top, and then details about the user would surface provided these are being passed in. Details here may include name, email, a mobile number, or potentially a unique identifier that you may pass in to identify your user. This makes it easy to quickly look up past tickets in case you need to access them. Within the ticket response, the pinned fields appear right on top, so you can look at them at a glance and quickly have access to key fields that you need to look at in order to respond and start to take action. Other fields that are not pinned follow right after in the section called Customer Responses. Fields that may have been filled either by staff or API filled appear as metadata in the subsequent sections, including other metadata that may have been set up to be captured, such as the browser version, screen size, and so on, in case of a web-based channel. To the right of this menu, you'd see areas where you could also opt to take various other ticket actions, which would include changing the status, setting a priority, various actions, or even assigning a user or a department. Note that all the statuses and actions are completely configurable. You could also choose to archive this or add internal notes. So let's take a look at what happens when we add a note. As you add notes, these also get updated in the timeline view which gets presented. So this timeline view includes various notes offering a timeline so that within the organization you could look at the history of various actions that were taken, as well as to look at diagnostic survey details to understand these further. For tickets that have had past action or escalation, it can be helpful to go into ticket info, which would then present details about when SLA based escalations are due or whom it would be escalated to once the preset time has been exceeded. It would also include details about ticket followers. Ticket followers can be easily added here, which would include subscribers who may opt to receive notifications about a ticket. At the top right, you'll see a note of response time, which also tells you the amount of time the customer took to fill in the survey, which may be a helpful indication in case of situations where you may be getting either fake responses or potentially even staff filled responses that you need to ignore. Let's now flip over to look at the card view. The card view, which presents it to you in a more familiar inbox pattern, has the different cards on the left side. Here as well, you could choose to flip the sort order. You could also choose to come in and search through the tickets that you have available. So this can be helpful if you're trying to look up a past ticket or to reference an escalation that might have happened. In the card view, you can look at details right here, which would include notes about who may have attempted to close the loop earlier. You can see notes were added by Arvi to Amon's ticket. The response details, similar to the detail view, appear right here. You can switch through the tabs to look at ticket info as well as the timeline. Hovering over some of the sub-user details give you more information about who the sub-user is who has interacted with this customer. And similarly, you can also access the timeline view. This covers a quick overview of basic interactions within ticketing. In a subsequent video, we'll go through additional actions and other features that you could use in more detail.